And I have found that if you're interested in being a moderator, you got to throw out your bias, right? You throw out everything you know about the conversation and trust the expertise of the people that are speaking to you and try to learn from them. And it is natural, like Matt said, to be curious about things. So you hear something, but Laurel, that was great. How did you come about doing that? It's a normal follow-up question in everyday life, right? So that's what we do. We need to live in the moment, be present, and think of ourselves as learners. And that just makes the panel so much more real, not rehearsed. Some rehearsal is great. Like Laura said, you need prep time, but you can't possibly plan for every single part of a panel. That makes it boring, right? And that's what these are all life lessons. I know the topic of the conversation today is panels and webinars and public speaking, but please, this applies to every part of your life, and this is going to make you a great person each and every day. So yeah, and it's great to have such amazing viewpoints from all of the panelists here. I really appreciate this. I love this.
Yeah. And Matt, I know you also came off mute, so I imagine you had something to add, but Frank teed us up really nicely actually for the next question I was going to ask you. And that was, what is your perspective on that prep call and what it should entail? So if you wanted to add anything on to our conversation about moderating, please feel free to do so. But I wanted to throw that out too, because that was just so nicely.
Yeah, that was really good job, Frank, and everybody so far. So I would say,
Prepped things.
yeah, we're setting this up. We're teeing this up right now to alley oop. So I would say, I think even when Laurel mentioned about pausing and Frank mentioned about presence, like when you're truly present in just a personal conversation, you're already making space for another person. So when you're moderating, you're on a stage, people are viewing you. When you're really fully present, you should be making space for that other person, right? So what does that mean? That's integrating a lot of pausing, as Laurel mentioned. That's super important, giving that room to breathe and kind of let those thoughts or conversations marinate. Especially with AVIXA, and especially I did a lot of the workshops at Infocom this year. If it's very content heavy stuff, you can't just kind of go bing bang boom on the script. You have to kind of let a lot of these really complex ideas and topics really marinate. So I would say pausing is very powerful. What I've normally done in past events and panels is the 3 then me rule. So if there's multiple, especially here it is that we have panels of like 5, 6, 7 people sometimes. So what I advise is just to have at least 3 people speak after you speak. So at least you give them some space, time to respond, let the conversation even grow or evolve throughout the discussion or the panel or the webinar. So the 3 then me rule is very important, at least for me, because at the end of the day, when you make space for others, that cultivates interaction. And interaction is the selling point here. That's what we're trying to market, whether at this webinar or future events, where people want to hear these interactions.